it's important for you to know what you're going to talk about before you enter the room. It takes a lot of time and energy to get ready for this class every week, but I do it. And I leverage what has come up in discussions in the week prior. What are my agents asking? What are my clients asking? What's going on in the world and how does it trickle down into what's happening into the Florida real estate business is critical to why I have these classes and why I need you in front of them. Some quick tips to how you can deliver persuasive listing presentations too are important. You got to know about the listing. You got to know about the comps in the neighborhood. You got to be able to create a listing marketing plan that your clients are going to adapt to. You need to be able to rehearse your presentation until you can deliver it smoothly, confidently, with eloquence. You need to be able to learn that the most common objections that your sellers are going to have, especially with new agents, those objection handlings need to be addressed with confidence. And then personality plus in your presentations. When you are presenting yourself and the brokerage you're working for, your branding is everything. You want to make sure that your presentation is informative and unique to you, however, in a way that's going to help you stand out, differentiate yourself, but always standing firm on yourself and the way you do business and the brand that is supporting you. Next, remain focused on your network. You need to schedule regular calls with your sphere of influence. Everybody in your database is a potential real estate lead. If you schedule a few folks every single week, you're going to talk to most of them 4 times a year. Once a quarter. If this will work really well, I think, especially if you're a newer agent, because the people in your sphere are most likely going to know and trust you enough with the biggest and most important financial transaction in their lives. You need to call people in your sphere, talk about your shared interests and the connections, and then add one simple script at the end of each call like this. I was really hoping that you might feel comfortable enough recommending me to anybody that you might know. I would love to be able to help people that you love and trust buy and sell their home to. Could you think of somebody, perhaps a coworker, a friend, a family member who might be looking to make a move and introduce me? How do you get started on something like that? It's as simple as adding everybody in your contact list to your CRM. It's as simple as tagging people inside of your messages of the week, inside of your social media. Add notes to your CRM so that you can consider what's important to folks. Because yes, people have a tendency to bleed into each other. And as intricate as the human mind is, we're going to forget that Sally's got 4 kids and she's got a very inquisitive Lego specialist as one of those kids, and his name is Billy, and this is what he likes to do on the weekends. And whatever you do, if you bring over Legos, be prepared that if it's not a Star Wars Lego, he's not going to have interest. Things like that are going to get really hazy when you start meeting hundreds and hundreds of contacts and meeting their families and their children's. What you need to understand about Billy is he needs his own playroom. So when that family is out looking, he wants a room that he can display his showmanship and his Legos and his interests, and make sure that he's got a separate room that he can play in. So when you're finding the right move for that family, you need to be considerate of Billy just as much as you do mom and dad, or just mom or just dad that's going to be the one buying the house. Consistency. This one's fun because you guys hear me talk about this every single week. Pick your real estate farm. Pick your golden neighborhood. Pick the area that you want to do business in and stick to it. Real estate farming is one of the best ways to get real estate listings. It is going to be a challenge. It is upsetting to review the numbers to yourself, but the key is going to be to target a small area, no more than 250 homes in a community, and then consistently provide hyper-local, valuable information to that spot. Use multiple channels. Touch that farm twice a month. It's fun. It's serious. It's important. And yeah, it is. The people that go to the local gym that's attached to that community needs to know you as a local agent and realtor. They need to not be upset when you drop by with your latest listing flyer and go, hey, do you mind if I leave a few of these here? I got a feeling they love your gym so much. Maybe they'd like to move into the area, and a business as important as yours could be the deciding factor. You can utilize print marketing. Postcards still work. Real estate postcard on a regular monthly email newsletter or current marketing events in your area also helps you get set up for appreciation events. You need to know about the community that you're representing in and hoping to do business in. I don't care if you're setting up an ice cream shop. If you don't realize whether or not you've got the right market for an ice cream shop, then you should not be getting into business. And in real estate, even more so, if you don't understand the types of houses, the percentage of people that are moving out, whether or not the houses that are selling and being purchased are at an average price per volume that supports your goals at the end of the year, it's going to make it very difficult for you to be a sufficient business person in that area. Joining a team. We have teams here at Keystone. There are obviously lots of teams inside of Florida. Joining up a team can be a strong strategy with a budding real estate agent that needs to build on their business. I personally believe that high-end agents, agents that have worked well on their own, that have an independent strategy, they actually struggle in a team network. At least that's been my experience. You might think, why do I want to join a team when I'm trying to build a portfolio? The answer is very simple. You learn more. You learn more about the trade, the market, strategies that work. How do you build trust within a community? You're going to get some introductions that you may never get on your own. While working with a local team, you're going to gain insight to their hyper-local market knowledge. A good team is going to know how to generate listings in that area better than anybody. And better than that, an established team will already be known by the area and can simply introduce you as another person in their sphere that can be trusted. An alternative to a whole team thing, which I do like a lot better, is mentorship. And I don't mean just mentorship when you're getting into real estate. Mentorship and partnership with a broker because they know what you should be doing and they know what's successful for their business is paramount. Working with a mentor is an amazing alternative. It allows you to get strong insight into your local market, but then giving you pointers as well about how you specifically can become a better agent. This isn't new. In fact, many budding agents set their careers with a mentor-mentee relationship. We have a specialized program here at Keystone just for that. It works very well, and it makes sure that you're also never alone in a transaction, because when things get on fire, they get on fire quick, and you need to know where the extinguishers are and what materials you need to use to put the fire out so that you don't make it worse. A lot of mentors and brokers are happy to mentor you. And if you join their team as a junior agent, even more so, because then you're going to get the camaraderie that you're probably looking for and the support structure that you need while you're kicking off the business. As a seasoned agent, when you find yourself disconnected from your market, get reconnected to your broker. You need to find out, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing different? What has changed in the market that I'm not picking up on? What about my niche has now left me in the cold? And it may be as simple as technology. Anytime that you're utilizing a tool in your business and the tool has gotten better or the tool has evolved and gone a different way or is targeting a different audience, it may not align to your values or what you're doing daily in your business hustle. So it's important for you to understand how to stay connected, and your broker will know, or should know, how and what is going on in the market that you can adjust to. Let's talk about a little diversification of generation strategy. Don't knock, door knock. It's one of the oldest, well-founded measures in sales, especially in the United States. Not groundbreaking. It's probably not the most modern in lead generation strategies, and it's certainly not the easiest one. But door knocking is the simplest way for you to gain leads, secure listings, and as tiresome as it may seem, it is a great way to show homeowners that you are confident while you're literally putting your face through the door. You can make the door knocking effort very simple, but in a farming neighborhood and in a farming community, people need to know who you are, just like you are running for political office. Not only does it take away the pressure of figuring out what to say because you're there on a mission and you're open to just a communication about introducing yourself, but you're going to be sure to address the important talking points right off the bat while you're increasing your chances of engagement. And hey, what's the worst that could happen? They tell you to go away, or they actually call you back and say, you know what? I have been thinking about selling my house. I may not necessarily work with you, but since you're here, let's have a conversation. And as long as you are ready to talk about your business, then you're not going to have any problems moving forward and building a relationship. Hidden listing inventory. That's its own class. I have spoken about it already in the last, I would say, in the last quarter. So just go back a little bit in the library and you'll be able to find it. Off-market properties can easily help you get new listing leads with a whole lot less competition. All you have to do is get to those sellers. Real estate predictive analyses will help you. It's going to keep you ahead of the curve, and it's going to help you find potential sellers before your competitors do. The market is making a shift right now. Changes are happening because of the higher interest rates that people bought their houses against. So, unfortunately, it's going to give you some opportunities in pre-foreclosure, in probate listings, and even renters turning into buyers. People were heavy in the rentals market because they had pretty much been priced out of the market itself with higher interest rates and insurances. And now those things are coming down at a rate that is making it a little more affordable for people and seems to be heading in that direction for the long haul. So if you need to jumpstart that and don't have the budget to go pay for a big portion of marketing, then don't forget to utilize some of those pay at closing lead companies, right? This is a great way to generate leads. You don't pay for them up front. If you're not successful with their platform or able to actually land, you don't buy anything until you actually get it to that point. Check them out. Most of them are free to register. And when they're interested, sellers on like sold.com want to sell their home, they're already in that solution or in that situation where matching up with your profile is easier for them. Which of course brings me to, if you do have the budget and you want to purchase exclusive seller leads, there are plenty of the big brands out there that do lead generation focused exclusively on listings. So if you don't have the time or the interest or the knowledge on how you're going to create and implement a marketing strategy by yourself, crazy pants, please go back and listen to the show. Get yourself in front of some homeowners through a lead gen strategy. You're going to be able to utilize your budget or leverage all of your budget buying listing leads. Just one closing can pay for all of that service, but you've got to hustle and you've got to treat each of those listings like they're gold. They need refining, they need polishing, and they need your consistent attention like it's the only ring in the Lord of the Rings. You have got to make sure that is your precious, and you're going to work with it until you get to the closing table. And then, of course, you want to talk about online ads and how you can target a little bit. This is a very inexpensive method. Google ads and Facebook ads they're cheap, especially when you're looking at the cost overall and how fast you can recover those monies. It's proven effective. It is a no-brainer on how to generate it, and it doesn't take a technical genius to start a campaign.